What's going on, YouTube? We're back with another banger, and in today's video this is going to be a part 2 to the first Fetty days. So in the first video I discussed about me blacking out and how I got a hold of the fake Xans from Xangirl. But in today's video I'm going to be discussing the time that I got really fucked up in school and almost got suspended. I pushed my parents to the edge and got kicked out for a little bit, and this was the final straw. I mean, this didn't fully cause it, it was just a bunch of stupid shit like my grades and getting in trouble in school. Of course it was my drug use. Like, remember the story, the perk 30 in school? Well, that was a contributor for me getting kicked out too. But that's gonna be in part 3, so I kind of already spoiled part 3, but well, I didn't even give too much detail, so this is part 2. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna get right into this story time. So this story time takes place in school. So this was my sophomore year. I remember it being somewhere early into the school year, around mid-November to early December. And this was a few weeks after the whole blacking out incident, because that's when I first met Xangirl. So I already kind of knew who she was. I wasn't like too much of a consumer of her shit. Like, I wouldn't fucking sit there and buy a bar every day, you know what I mean? Like, it was like I would dabble in that because I would mostly smoke weed. I wasn't too much of a bar head. And the funny thing is, I had her in one of my classes, and that class was my first period, quote unquote. I put it in quotations because it wasn't really a class. I forgot what it's called, but it was more of a study hall. So we sat there for like half an hour, not really doing shit. The teacher just sat on his fucking chair. And I remember, because I sat in the back and she sat next to me. And this is a funny coincidence because I never had class with her and I never knew her in school. She did say that she'd seen me in the halls before, but the only reason she had a class with me was because of second trimester. She moved into the study hall with me in second trimester. But in this particular day, I decided to be a little fucking derelict demon. And I remember I had like 3 left that I bought from her. And these weren't the same ones that I took with JV. As I mentioned, this was weeks after that happened. I think it was probably like a month after, because that story time took place first trimester. Alright, so as I walk into the class, I didn't take nothing yet. I didn't fully commit to it yet, but I didn't want to fucking be sober that day. And I felt like a fucking demon, as I mentioned. So after like 5 minutes of sitting down in that class, I decided that it was a good idea to take a bar. So I whip out this little baggie that I had. I had like 3 of them in there, and I just take one. As I mentioned, this class was only 30 minutes. And that's a pretty important key factor because by the end of the class, I don't even fucking wake up. I'm so dead ass. Because by the time the class ends, I'm knocked out. I literally took that shit the beginning of the class, and by the end of the class, I'm asleep. So my teacher tries to wake me up because it was already end of the period and there's motherfuckers coming in and shit. And I'll call him Mr. A. So Mr. A tries to wake me up and he has no success. And he calls security, and I'll call him Shaq because this motherfucker was like Shaq. He literally was like a malnourished Shaq. He was like 7 fucking feet tall. So apparently Shaq brings me down to the nurse's office, and the nurse is trying to like find out what's wrong with me. I don't even remember what they say, but I do know that he calls my mom. And this is what I know because of what my mom told me. So I have no recollection of even being in the principal's office. I have no recollection of even sleeping out. But I do remember I was like nodding off and on. Like, this is some fuck ass shit. I remember like trying to stay awake. Like, it was a video game trying to stay awake at my study hall. But after that though, of course, I go to the principal's office. Shaq he escorts me down. And like I said, I don't remember this at all. So, but what I do remember next is waking up on the fucking bus. And my friends are all around me on some movie shit, like on a cutscene. I wake up, so we didn't have the school bus. This was around COVID time, so we had to take the metro bus. And I just wake up and I see fucking random ass people I've never seen in my life. And I look over and I see my friends, and they're all staring at me, and some of them are smiling. So I remember Sam was there. I think I don't know if JV was there. I don't remember too much, but I remember them all being next to me, and they were just saying like, bro, they're like, your mom's gonna fucking kill you. And they knew. And I think Sam, if I'm not mistaken, he was kind of taking care of me because he was saying I was saying some stupid shit to Shaq and other like staff members at school. So I don't remember what the fuck happened, but I guess I just fucking like just skip the cutscene of school and just fucking go at the end. I just skip the cutscene and go to the big boss battle. Because when I go home, I get fucking grounded for a couple weeks. So moral of the story is, don't do shit in school, bro. Come on. That's supposed to be your learning. You're supposed to learn. At least do Addy in there or some shit, but this is a little short video. Part 3 will be coming in a couple days. I hope you guys like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.